we mean. So, what is happening is, and I have to explain, this is a boarding house dining room that we are in today. And it is set in the 1970s is what we have chosen. And we are in New Orleans. Now, a boarding house, for those who don't know, I didn't know that some people didn't know what that was. It's kind of like renting a room in a house and someone else is going to do your cooking. You should keep your room clean. It's kind of like being at home. Someone else does your cooking, but you're paying to stay there. You're paying for your food, all of that stuff. So these people are all boarders at this home. Now, I always mess him up. Mr. Jones and Miss Brown are running this place, and they decide to, Mr. Jones decides to pull a practical joke on the entire place and Mr. Long. Mr. Long placed an ad and said that he wants to come visit an insane asylum, a private insane asylum. So Mr. Jones answers the ad and says, you can come to the insane asylum, except it's not one. And what he does is plants little ideas in each person's mind that makes them start kind of acting a little differently and making Mr. Long think that they truly are insane. So as you watch, you are allowed to laugh because it is silly. Yeah, not like that. But please watch as they do a mad breakfast for you.
About time to ring the bell, isn't it?
Not for 5 minutes yet.
You better ring it. They're always late anyway, and the biscuits is about time. What's so amusing? This. What?
Oh, read it.
Has someone left you a fortune?
Just open the letter.
Mr. Jones, dear sir, shall arrive at the institution as soon after 6:30 as possible. Thanking you for providing me with this opportunity for observation and study. Yours most sincerely, Robert T. Long. What does it mean?
It's the richest joke since the flood. It means we're going to have the time of our young lives.
A well-to-do gentleman of excellent social position would like to visit a small, select private home for the insane for the purpose of investigation and study. Any information will be greatly appreciated and well paid for. Address communications to Robert T. Long, Box 2, Morning Star.
Isn't it rich?
You don't mean to say...
I do. I answered his ad, and he answered my answer. Confound that Lizzie. She'll wake the whole city.
But where did you send him? The letter says shall arrive at the institution as soon after 6:30 as possible.
Uh-huh. That's where your Uncle Henry the 10th Jones shows what a head he's got. He's coming here, young lady. He's coming here.
What for?
What for? Suffering cats, the young lady asked what for. And to think the letter is in her hands and she's read the paper. I would advise a rescue.
I suppose I am dumb, but I don't understand. He wants to visit a lunatic asylum, and you send him here.
Exactly.
But we aren't lunatics.
Pretty batty bunch, if you ask me.
I suppose some of us are a bit odd, I know, but you'll never get him to believe we're actually insane, you know.
Not you, dear young lady. You shall be my assistant and nurse of the asylum.
And you?
I am the keeper. Good morning, Lizzie.
Good morning.
Have you finished the novel yet?
No, I'm just on the last chapter. It's awful sad.
What is the title of the novel?
United in Death. It's awful sad.
I'll lend you a good story. It's called All for Love. It ends happily.
I like the sad ones best, thank you. They seem more natural.
We'll be glad to meet the prince, Lizzie.
Huh?
I don't want it to get around. I don't want a soul but you and Miss Brown to know it. But Prince James Albert Alfred Henry Edward George of England. You remember? The one that had such a sad love affair about 20 years ago. He fell in love with a pretty girl who waited tables at the palace. She was dismissed, of course, and went to work at a boarding house. Then he went to live at that boarding house and meet her. But when they found he simply refused to live without this pretty waitress, why, you know, she disappeared. Very sad. He simply refused to marry the Princess Patricia Victoria Mary Louise, who broke his heart over him and died in a convent. Now he wanders over the world seeking solace. I can cheer him up every now and then, but I'm too cheerful to do him any good, really. What he needs is the sympathy of some true womanly heart. It is very sad.
And he's coming here?
To breakfast this morning, Lizzie. But I don't want him to get around. Come simply as Mr. Long. I trust you not to betray him. Especially to Mrs. Simpkins, I regret to say, is not as sympathetic.
Oh, I can keep a secret, I can.
Remember, Lizzie, he has enemies who would stoop to any dastardly deed to do him harm.
Trust me, Mr. Jones.
You get the idea?
You may be able to deceive poor Lizzie, but the rest will not believe that nonsense.
Each to his own folly. Everybody here is batty about something, except us, of course. I shall tell our inquisitive landlady that our friend Long is a Secret Service government inspector of boarding house.
Good heavens, she'll poison him.
Good morning, all of us. Good morning, Miss Smith.
Perhaps it is a good morning, Mr. Jones, but to one of my temperaments, mornings is simply inhumane part of the day. To me, they don't begin till 1 p.m.
You should be an actress, Miss Smith.
Don't I know it? I'm acting all the time. Why, sometimes the very sight of the typewriter makes me want to scream.
I wonder you don't get out of the office. Come on the stage, I'm sure you've got talent.
I've got genius, Mr. Jones, though perhaps you think I shouldn't say it about myself. Why, sometimes I recite a sleeping switch at the Good Times Club, and I make myself cry. My emotions are so real.
Oh, you better watch out. The manager will snap you up one of these days.
Mr. Jones, I've never met one.
Can't say that after today.
How's that?
Oh, nothing. But I may as well tell you in case he does offer you a contract. Mr. Robert T. Long, Velasco's right-hand man, is coming here to breakfast this morning. Likes to go around like this, you know, looking for a new talent. It isn't as easy to find as you might think, but it's hard to fool Long. He can tell a lot about a girl just about the tone of their voice, about their temperament and all that.
Believe me, he can, Mr. Jones. Well, my friends all claim that my voice has the same timbre and a much more sympathetic quality than Ethel Barrymore's.
I don't know I've done quite the right thing in telling you, Miss Smith. Long is kind of touchy. He prefers to do these things on the quiet.
You may trust my discretion, Mr. Jones. Introduce him as a Bond salesman. I can act the part.
I'll do that.
Are you coming to breakfast, Mr. Jones, or doesn't the food tempt you? I'm sure I do my best, but I'd be glad for any suggestions.
You can put some more coffee in with the chicory.
It's the best I can get, at 40 cents a pound. I'm surprised you drink it, Mr. Roberts, if it is so bad.
Gotta get 3 of these, get 1 on coffee.
I'm waiting for someone. May I have a word, Miss Simpkins? Pardon me, folks.
Why would you tell me?
I beg of you, do not be alarmed. I thought it only kindly to prepare you.
I'd better look around a bit.
No, think about how bad it would look if he were to find you cleaning up, as it were. He might think you had something to hide.
My kitchen's that clean you couldn't soil your pocket handkerchief on it.
Of course. Ah, Miss Green.
Throw that hamburger steak in the garbage can.
But lunch, ma'am.
Do as I tell you.
Yes, ma'am.
You work all the time.
I know, but the light was so good. I think this brochure is going to make my fortune. I really do.
I suppose old Tony, the peanut man, will buy a thing in this front parlor.
Oh, really, Miss Simpkins? We all wish Miss Green success, I'm sure.
But Mrs. Simpkins is right. Tony's a good subject, but not a good purchaser. Now, if I could only find a millionaire with an interesting face who would let me paint it.
Just a word in confidence, Miss Green. Mr. Robert T. Long is coming here this morning.
I don't believe I ever heard of him.
Never heard of him. Robert T. Long, the multi-millionaire, made his fortune selling safety pins. He's a strange old fellow. Likes to travel around where he's known in study types.
But I don't see...
What this has to do with you? They say he has a face like Napoleon. Fact! I have it from an intimate friend of his, and old Long gets exceedingly peevish when people don't notice the resemblance. But if you, as an artist, were to notice the resemblance and tell him...
I see. He might give me an order for a portrait. Thank you. I hope I am not yet reduced to that sort of deception.
Oh, my mistake! Beg pardon. Thought you might like the job.
When may we expect your friend, Mr. Jones?
Any moment now, I think. I'll go look out for him.
Do you know Mr. Jones's friend, Miss Brown?
Oh, yes. I know him slightly.
They say he is wonderfully like Napoleon.
Very.
They say he can tell all about you from just the tone of your voice.
All I can say is he's welcome to come here whenever he pleases. He won't find no skeletons in my closets, though I can't speak for the rumors.
Everybody, Mr. Long is coming. Don't appear to notice him. He doesn't like to be noticed. Lizzie, don't betray him.
Just as they are. I only keep an eye on them. That's all.
Is there any danger?
Oh, not the slightest. As long as you keep an eye on them. You understand, of course, that in every case there is some mania that must be humored. Never contradict them. Always agree with everything they say. But otherwise, treat them as if they were quite rational.
I see. A most humane policy. This is good of you, but perhaps I've seen enough.
Oh, by no means. You must talk to them to get to know them well. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert T. Long.
Get up. Sit right down, Mr. Long. This is an unexpected pleasure, I'm sure. But you're welcome to anything on the table or in the icebox.
I'm not hungry, really.
I ain't one to be condemned on hearsay evidence, Mr. Long. That you'll find. I don't submit to no injustice. Take the breakfast, with prices what they is. I don't submit to no injustice.
I'm sure Mr. Long will be happy to have breakfast with us.
Yes, certainly, certainly.
I know you. It was in my heart.
You know me, this good girl.
Mr. Long, forgive me. I can't help saying it. I'm a preacher, you know, and I notice these things more than most. Has anyone ever told you you look like Napoleon? That makes a portrait of me know what you say.
What are you doing?
Don't move. Keep the pose. Perhaps you do not care to have me do you.
Not at all.
I won't have it, Miss Green.
Well, I must say,
Oh, you must make a portrait of him.
You must. Can't you get a canvas?
Oh my, what a pandemonium!
oh my, how can one so humble hope to serve one so exalted?
And I won't have it, Miss Green.
There we go. Will you come to my studio, Mr. Long? It is seldom to get a notion like this, but your face is so remarkable.
Can't get out of it, I'm afraid, Mr. Long. Miss Green has the artist's eye.
By no means, Miss Green. Mr. Long is my guest. No, thank you. Let him finish his breakfast.
Don't disappoint Miss Simpkins, Mr. Long. I will not pay for the consequences if you do so.
Okay, so we'll something of everything we have, Mr. Long. So you won't be in no doubt regarding this boarding house. That is, if Mr. Roberts has left anything, which I doubt.
Again, I'm really not hungry.
I don't submit to no injustice, Mr. Long. That I won't.
You heard, Mr. Long. I went to work while the light is good.
Some people want to hug everything inside. Prince James Albert Edward George Henry.
What?
I know you.
You know me?
My heart bleeds for you.
Okay, never mind.
Bring more muffins, Lizzie. My friends. This place makes me sick. They ain't one of you has a heart. Oh, for a chance to live. My emotions is too big for this petty crime. I'm in a jail. I'm in a cage. Somebody break the bars. Oh, great heavens. How I could act if I only had the chance.
The chance is bound to come, Miss Smith.
Do you think so?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh, Miss Smith, do recite a sleep at the switch.
Ah, that's so heavy for the morning, Miss Brown, and I'm not made up for it. Do you know curfew shall not ring tonight? It's an awful dramatic little thing. England's sun was slowly setting o'er the landscape, filling all the land with beauty at the close of one sad day. What's your favorite pieces?
Huh?
Miss Smith would like to know which roles she would appear best in. Tragedy?
Oh, yes, Shakespeare, by all means.
Give me some time to snatch a little makeup. You might understand that you are unfriendly disposed, Mr. Long.
By no means.
Oh, Mr. Long assured me of the greatest interest in you before he came.
How did you like it?
Exactly! That's you, old chap! She's hit you up! Say something!
Amazing, remarkable, wonderful.
Do you like it? Shall I finish it?
Finish a dozen.
A dozen?
Yes. Come here. Tell her where to send them. Not my phone.
But you don't understand. I am not a photographer. You'll have to sit for the portrait in my studio.
Oh, well, not this morning, I'm afraid.
Prince Henry, ain't this a sad world?
Yes, sad indeed. Oh, no.
Romeo! Where art thou, Romeo? Romeo is my love! A curfew shall not ring tonight. Unhand my villain, thy life shall pay the forfeit. You, Reginald Montmorency, you came with your smiling face, and you broke my trust and heart. Curse you! Romeo, I am going far away, far away, and I've come to say goodbye. A rose! Give me a rose! You, Reginald Montmorency, curse you! I go, but I shall not go home! Good day, lay not thy honest but unlovely hand upon my gown. My hands may be unlovely, though it ain't for you to say so. 3 weeks finding your board and me a workman to vote to keep the place respectable, and you would trim the queen quill all over. Deny me not, it is my life, my very life. All I want is my chance, and all my life is yours to do what you will.
Ain't you the brazen piece, Miss Smith? I'd be ashamed. Get away from his tiredness. He ain't for such as you. Why? Oh, you can get it. Hey! Prince!
No, I assure you.
Hear me where I kneel before you. You came and you brought hope to this poor, suffering heart. You, my impresario.
For heaven's sake, Miss Smith, don't monopolize all the gentleman's time.
Miss Green, if you want to get on that portrait today...
Yes, I'll go and get things ready at once.
I'll bring him up.
Do hurry, Mr. Long. So like the bullying.
That was amazing! You got him! Now put on your best clothes and we'll go down to the office and sign a contract!
Oh, Mr. Jones, is that right? I thought he seemed to not respond that well.
You simply paralyzed him! He sent me the sign.
Farewell. I shall return it on, and all I want is a chance. Mr. Long, you ain't had a thing, and I don't know as I blame you the way the borders has been going on. I'll get you some of my sweet pickle peaches.
You've seen them at their best. I'd say you should leave now.
Oh, my dear sir, all right, I thank you. My dear sir, this experience has been immensely valuable. The paper will be read before the Utopia Club. I fancy it will create a sensation. I only have $250, but I can write a check for $1,000 if you say the word.
No, thank you.
Not for you, I understand, but for the institution. No, some entertainment for the unfortunates, some trifling delicacies. But this experience is worth more than that. And the thing I got it out alive, thanks to you and Miss Brown.
Oh, there wasn't the slightest danger as long as we kept our eye on them.
By all means, but do take this.
Couldn't take it, really.
You don't like money.
It would be false pretenses, you know?
What is wrong with you?
I owe you an apology, Mr. Long. These people, they're not actually insane.
Not insane?
No more insane than I am.
I'm more insane than you are! Oh, I see.
He's perfectly right, you know, Mr. Long. Please, take your money. We may be arrested.
Oh, I'll be going, I think.
You make him take it. We can't keep it.
Take it, please. I insist.
Oh, someone coming. Get him out of here. Hurry.
Come. He may be dangerous. You should go.
I won't answer for the consequences if you enrage her.
Both of y'all mad. No.
Please,
They're taking
Well, what a pandemonium indeed. Probably one of my favorite lines is from over here. Everything's happening, and she's like, "Oh, what a pandemonium!" I love it. So we've used that quite a bit, and truly, every day, third period is kind of like me walking into an insane asylum. I work with them all day. So
Thank you, Spencer.
great.
Thank you.
No, but fantastic job. I'll tell you that you had the show where all the pranks happened. So there are things that did not happen in third period that happened. Yeah. Do you want to share any of them?
That like pouring
The
water.
water situation.
Yeah, my pants are messed up now.
Yeah.
Let me just say it was payback from Little Women when he came on with the cape on to surprise me. So
My little fly though, ain't I clean?
And then the crown.
Oh, yeah.
The crown did not happen before
Yeah, but
either.
what-
That was pretty.
It's tough though.
Yeah, it's really pretty. So anyway, they did a fantastic job. I think we have what? Still 15 minutes or something like that. So, yeah. They didn't miss lines this time, so you got all the lines too. So that's good.
and thank you to Mrs. Benjamin because we couldn't have it without her.
Yeah, you can take pictures with Gabe. Now he's all wet. So what shall we do with everyone? Stay here? Do what? What do we do? Stay? You'll behave?
Yeah.
All right. We can turn up the lights a little bit in the house.